Call the meeting to order. Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Gregory. Councilwoman Cruz.
Here.
Councilman McDaniel.
Present.
Councilman Horn.
Present.
Councilman Colt.
Here.
Councilman Cooper.
Here.
Mayor Moore Wolf.
Present.
6 present and an absent.
Please stand and join in the Pledge of Allegiance. We do have a very special recognition tonight. I'd like to invite Kim Schaefer from the Decatur Sister Cities to come to the podium. She's going to introduce some of our very special kids who are getting ready to go on a big trip.
Very good. Decatur Sister Cities, I would like to present the 2026 student ambassadors to Civital, Germany. Zaria Barbie, Paige Box, Claire Cerulik, Olivia Cerulik, Owen Cerulik,
We'll have you come on down and we'll get you some medals.
Ariana Engel, Parker Martin, Lucas Myers, John Morse, and Robin Ranchuso.
They will all be going to Civital, Germany, where I had the privilege of going a couple of times. Councilwoman Gregory and Councilman Pat McDaniel have also been to Civital. It's a wonderful place, and the people are great, so is the food. But I'm going to give each of you a Stephen Decatur medal, and then you can get moms and dads, if you're here, can come down and get pictures, okay? Can you lift up? Yeah.
Okay, one more. Steve, yes, I'm Ryan today. I know, I'm not as tall as him. Okay, close. That's good. All right, have a great trip.
It's on.
She's ready to go.
Next up is appearance of citizens. Our policy relative to appearance of citizens is as follows. A 30-minute time period is provided for citizens to appear and express their views before the City Council. Each citizen speaking will be limited to one appearance of up to 3 minutes. No immediate response will be given by City Council or City staff members. Citizens are to give their documents, if any, to the police officer for distribution to the Council. When the Mayor determines that all persons wishing to speak in accordance with this policy have done so, members of the City Council and key staff may make comments. Does anyone wish to appear before Council tonight?
Yes, my name is Mark Birch. I grew up in this city and plan to stay here till they plant me in the ground. My simple request today is non-controversial, it's just a suggestion, and ask a question if the city has plans to do a dumpster day for cleanup of the city. I think it's been well received. I have a tenant that has a basement that needs to be cleaned out and would benefit from this happening, and I think it was very well received and would be something that was very popular in the past. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name's James Taylor. I'm up here with an idea. I mean, if you ever drove down Martin Luther King is Martin Luther King because myself and Bill Oliver, we worked with the Human Relations Commission out at Caterpillar for years, and we traveled everywhere together. I always had to do all the driving. If we were flying, I always had to get on the plane first. But it took us 4.5 years to get that streak changed, but we never did give up. So there's people in the city right now still want to call Martin Luther King Broadway. And just last week, I had to correct a guy out at McDonald's. He said, talking about Broadway on Broadway. I said, where's Broadway at? What city is it in? I said, he said, I meant Martin Luther King. But there people still don't want to do that. But Bill Oliver and myself was riding on Martin Luther King in Chicago. And he mentioned, why don't we have a Martin Luther King in Decatur? I said, because nobody never fought for it. So we came back and started a process. There was a lot of people didn't want to change it because they had to change all the mailing address and this, that, or the other, especially business. But we lost Bill Oliver, and I'm really sad about that. And I hope the city going to do something to honor him because as far as I know, he was the first African-American city councilman in the city of Decatur. And then he left here and he went to the county board, and I think he's still on the county board. So I hope we can recognize him some kind of way through the city councilman. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Does anyone else wish to appear?
Yeah, my name's Don Carmichael. I live here in Decatur. Some of you guys I know from way back. I used to come here more frequently than I do now. But anyway, I just wanted to stop by and let you know that I appreciate the work you guys do in terms of running Decatur. You do a great job as far as I can tell. But at any rate, there's one area where you've really fallen short big time, and it's a very serious thing. I left this paper a page for you, and please read it, and please read it seriously, because we in the world actually, but I live here in Decatur, so this is where I'm concerned. Our ecosystems are seriously collapsing right in front of our eyes, and one can easily see this if they pay attention. Simply walk outside like today. Nice day outside. Should be insects out there. You're going to have to search these insects out because they're far and few between. And I'm talking all types of insects. Insect biomass, which basically feeds the whole food chain, it doesn't exist anymore. I dare you to go out and find, when I was in my younger days, I'm an old man. I'll be 80 in November, so I've been around for a long time. But in my youth, you couldn't go out on a day like this without seeing swarms of insect biomass. They were all over the place. People would swat them out of their face. It doesn't exist anymore, which means that the grocery store, which supplies the food for the whole ecology and ecosystems for the different species, has disappeared, which means it's very simple. If we don't have grocery stores where we can go buy food, we're going to starve. Well, the same with the ecosystems, and it's starving. And all the evidence shows that it's falling apart. So what I'm asking you guys to do, and I know I've asked you before, it hasn't been done and you haven't even tried, but one of the big reasons our ecosystems are falling apart is because here in Decatur we have countless acres of monoculture grass. And that monoculture grass is kept alive by toxic lawn chemicals. The combination of monoculture grass and lawn chemicals is destroying what insects are left. And it's a very serious problem which everybody, especially us adults, are ignoring. And we can't do this to the younger generation. They want to have a life too. I've been blessed by the Lord. I've had a good life. And I want to see these kids being born today. I want to see them have some kind of future, but we're taking it from them because we're too stupid. And I use the word stupid intentionally, and I'm including myself. Matter of fact, I got my name and phone number down here in the bottom. If any of you guys want to look see what a residential lawn should look like, please call me and I'll be glad to give you a private tour of
Thank you, Mr. Carmichael, but I'm sorry you're out of time.
of my yard. Okay, well,
Thank you.
please call me. I'd love to show you. Thank you.
Good evening, Council. So, first of all, I want to say condolences to Mr. Taylor, as well as obviously Mr. Oliver's friends and family. Some of my fondest memories in this chamber were when Bill sat on this council with my mentor, Mayor Anderson, who coincidentally was the mayor who helped Jim and Bill get Martin Luther King named Martin Luther King. But Bill had a way about him. If we had, back then, problems were not as serious as yours often. So people would come and they'd say, my neighbor's garage is 2 inches over the property line. I want him to move it. Bill would say to Gary, boss, I got it. I'll go measure and I'll check it out. So at one point, Gary bought him a measuring wheel. So that was a kind of a joke gift, but coincidentally, Bill used it a lot. So he was a good negotiator, that maybe that 2 inches was okay, so you didn't have to move your garage. So I do hope that we do have a moment of silence in his memory this evening. He was a wonderful man. Whenever he would see me, he would say, kiddo, are we doing anything wrong today? And I'd say, I don't know. I haven't talked to you long enough to find out. So we had a lot of fun. But then I also want to let you know that I have a home away from home, which some of you have been at recently. That's Workman Field for our new Beanballers baseball team. So I've attended every home game, been happy to see some of you there. We've had a lot of fun. We look forward to another 21 home games, I believe, and we invite you to come and enjoy it with your friends and your family and just have a good time. But the most important thing is be grateful for Millikan University making that investment and allowing the Beanballers to use the Workman Field. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Owen.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. I wanted to speak with you tonight about an important opportunity for Decatur. One of the most important advancements in technology of our lifetime is on our doorstep now, and that's the deployment of artificial intelligence powered by data centers. The impact will be similar to the impact of the internet. Every business and every individual will, in just a few years, use artificial intelligence routinely. It will bring about leaps in affordability of daily living that are as hard for us to comprehend today as it was for us to comprehend the impact of the smartphone 20 years ago, or the internet 30 years ago, or the personal computer 50 years ago. Perhaps more than any other community in the nation, Decatur needs new industry and growth. Data centers are a great opportunity for Decatur because they need to be built out in every region of the nation in order to provide good latency. Data centers would create construction jobs, service jobs, and a robust tax base for the city. Decatur could become the data center hub for Central Illinois if we play our cards right, but there's a limited window of opportunity when this infrastructure is going to be built out. Places that hesitate will be passed over for places that see the opportunity. Unfortunately, there's a lot of disinformation being spread by good people who've been frightened by false narratives. Don't believe it. I've personally toured data centers, and I've seen them being built. A good friend of mine, a Decatur native, owns a construction company that focuses on data centers and was good enough to let me see them with my own eyes. One of the lies that's being spread is that data centers are water hogs. This is simply false. The current generation of data centers don't use water for cooling. Instead, the servers are immersed in liquid for cooling, not in water, but in dielectric fluid. These closed-loop systems circulate the dielectric fluid through the servers, much the same way that oil circulates through your car engine. I encourage you to learn the truth about data centers and embrace such investments while we have the opportunity for the sake of the city's future, and especially for the future of our youth. Let's not let this opportunity pass us by. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Robertson.
Good evening. My name is Tim McCann. I'm an executive with MV Transportation, your current operator of the transit system in Decatur, and Decatur Moves as well. And you've got a resolution in front of you today to extend our operating contract, which aligns it with our Decatur Moves contract. I'd like to say it also brings some great enhancements, including a software platform that's the same software that we have for Decatur Moves. It'll now be over the big bus, the fixed route buses. So passenger experience all under one platform. Very excited about it, but just appreciate the opportunity and the consideration, and thank you for your partnership. That's all. Thank you much.
Thank you, sir. Does anyone else wish to appear before council tonight? Okay, then moving on, we will go to, to respond. I would also like to share my condolences with Mr. Taylor about the passing of Bill Oliver. He was such a great man and an incredible public servant for decades in this community and did so much. So, our thoughts and prayers are with you and with his family. David?
This is, excuse me, this is a response to Mr. Robertson about data centers. So before I was on the Decatur City Council, I was appointed to the Macon County Regional Planning Commission. And one of the major things that we worked on was we worked on an ordinance regulating wind turbines in the county. And I thought it was important that we did that before any wind farms came to the county, because it gave the county the opportunity to create guidelines for placement, for use, and provide protections to residents. And so the county ultimately passed that set of regulations, and then wind farms came to the county. And so from my perspective, as it pertains to data centers, I believe and I feel that the city council should pass a moratorium on data centers so that we give our staff the opportunity to develop guidelines for data center development in the city. There's already announced in January a property owner in Decatur who has a property that is data center ready. And so I think it's incumbent upon city staff to develop those guidelines for data centers before such a proposal comes before the city. And I'd like to thank my colleague Dennis Cooper, who about 2 weeks ago asked for a moratorium to city staff so that these guidelines could be developed.
And Councilman, as you know, I sent out a message to council explaining that we are putting together information and we will be bringing this before council probably in the next month and a half or so when we have a thorough packet to deliver so that we can all be better educated and we can have some discussion before we go anywhere. But yeah, that's been in the works for a while. We just don't bring it before council till we're, ready and prepared. Pat?
Mr. Robinson, I appreciate your presentation. Unfortunately, people put things on Facebook and they don't have all the information, and that does create some problems. But I thank you for the informative information you gave. Thank you.
And to Mr. Birch, I'm going to have to ask the city manager. We have, on your question about a dumpster day, we've changed it in recent years where we've gone to specific parts of the community and had dumpsters available for neighborhoods because a lot of people didn't have trucks to get things to the Civic Center where we've had it in the past. Do we have any of those days planned for this year?
We do not currently. We have been looking at possible funding opportunities. It is a fairly large expense, and My understanding is now due to maybe what we've done in the past, we can't do in the Civic Center parking lot. So staff, we still are looking at potential alternatives, but we don't currently have anything scheduled yet. But I do know that the haulers do provide for some bulk pickup. So I would also recommend for anybody that have bulk items that they need to get rid of, that they do reach out to their hauler to find out how to get those bulk items collected.
And generally, you have to schedule that with your hauler, and sometimes it's a couple of weeks wait, so don't take everything out to your, the end of your driveway and expect them to be there the next day. Mr. Cooper, did you have a comment?
Thank you, Mayor. Yes. My comment was just, again, to the family of Mr. Oliver. Mr. Oliver was a living legend here in the city of Decatur and for the state of Illinois. And my condolences to the family as well as to you, Mr. Taylor, because I know you worked very closely with Bill through the years, and I know that it is a great loss to you as well. But we just want to give our condolences to him and to his family on the work that he done for the city and also for our county in all the years.
And I believe he was turning 90 this month, so it is it's sad he didn't make it to 90.
Yeah, I think he's 88 and turning 89.
Pat?
I'll add to what the city manager, if I'm not mistaken, under their new contract with the haulers, they have 5 pickups a year. So.
And that may be a single item like a chair or a, yeah. Okay, any other comments from council?
Yeah, we need to check. I think it's 5 large items 5 times a year.
All right. Any further comment from council? Seeing none, we will move on to approval of minutes.
Approval of minutes of May 18th, 2026 City Council meeting. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Councilwoman Cruz.
Aye.
Councilman McDaniel.
Aye.
Councilman Horn.
Aye.
Councilman Colt.
Aye.
Councilman Cooper.
Aye.
Mayor Moore Wolf.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays.
Any unfinished business?
None.
Moving to new business, item 1, resolution authorizing Fourth Amendment to the Transit Management and Operations Agreement with MV Transportation, Inc.
Motion that the resolution do pass and be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Hahn?
No opening comments for me, Mayor and Council. I will go ahead and turn it over to Lacey Elzey, Economic and Community Development Director.
Hi, good evening, Mayor, Council. This is the Fourth Amendment to the contract with MV Transportation. As our partner Tim McCann said, this would extend our current contract, which covers the fixed route system and the paratransit system, to align with the contract that we have with Decatur Moves. This sets us up for good procurement practices in the future, because then in the future, when it's time to issue an RFP for operations, we'll be able to put all 3 of them out together. It does have the added benefit of upgrading the current technology that we use to the same system as the Decatur Move system, which has gone over very well. So we're excited about that. And I don't have anything else to add. I'll take any questions that you guys may have.
Questions from council? Mr. Horn?
Ms. Elsie, I believe when we were talking about the Third Amendment for MV Transportation, we talked a little bit about drivers and the need for more drivers. Could you talk a little bit about whether we have the requisite number of drivers for buses, for paratransit, and for our Decatur Move system?
So we are still having a shortage of CDL drivers. That's not unique to the city of Decatur. That has been a constant, it seems, across most bus systems in the United States since COVID. However, MV has been a good partner and has been doing an aggressive recruitment campaign. MV Transportation also does paid CDL training, which is a nice added bonus. So if you know anyone looking to get their CDL, we are hiring, or they are hiring. And I believe that staffing levels on both paratransit and Decatur Moves are a little bit better. They have less requirements because neither one of those vehicles are CDL required.
And so it sounds like there's a lot of struggle nationwide to get drivers. Has MV Transportation been able to manage the driver shortage in terms of making sure that our routes are being covered, particularly for the buses?
There have been times where routes have had to be pulled due to the driver shortage. So,
Mr. Cooper?
You may be at answers or may not, but I know Richland Community College has a driving school or class, or they used to. Is MTV collaborating with them as far as trying to work out something to work with them in getting an increase in CDL drivers?
yes, MV has been in contact with Richland Community College. The only problem is also ADM, Primient, and Caterpillar also leverage the college too. So we just are in a very saturated CDL market, which does not help with our CDL shortage.
Are the drivers of Decatur Moves required to have CDLs or only the large buses?
Only the large buses.
Pat?
I was just going to say, every industry in the country has a problem finding workers, even police departments, school teachers, industry, right here in Decatur. So there's jobs out there, but people just aren't interested in anything. Some of them don't want to work. So it is a problem all across the country, not just drivers.
Mr. Horn, did you have another comment?
Ms. Elsie, as I understand it, MV Transportation essentially runs the day-to-day operations of our transit system. Would you say that MV Transportation has been a good steward of our assets that we have? We've got new buses, new vans, new Decatur Moves vehicles. In terms of the day-to-day operations, have they been good stewards of our assets?
Yes, I would say that MV Transportation has been good stewards of our equipment. Our city staff maintains the equipment, and they do a good job in working together to ensure that anything that is not up to operating standards gets there quickly.
Are there any other questions? Seeing none?
Councilwoman Cruz?
Aye.
Councilman McDaniel?
Aye.
Councilman Horn?
Aye.
Councilman Colt?
Aye.
Councilman Cooper?
Aye.
Mayor Moore-Wolf?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays.
Does anyone on council have any item from the consent calendar they would like to?
You
did I
skipped
miss
the
one?
city manager update.
I skipped right over her update. Madam City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Just a few staffing updates I wanted to share. We do have a new grant specialist for reporting and financial compliance in the Economic and Community Development Department. He started today, and his name is Bhavik Shulat. And then William Hochella is our new Enterprise GIS Coordinator in the IT Department. He started May 18th. We've had the appointment of Cecilia Schaefer is our new Accounting Analyst in the Finance Department, and she was appointed to that position on May 4th. And then we've had some promotions. Derek Pfeiffer, Crew Chief and Water Services in the Public Works Department, promoted May 11th. Nicholas Arrett, Police Sergeant in the Police Department, promoted May 11th. Tina Weekly, Water Plant Operator 3, Public Works Department, promoted May 11th. And then Michael Ellis to Engineering Technician 3 in the Public Works Department on May 11th as well. And then we've had one retirement, and congratulations to Sergeant Eric Matthews, who was worked for the Decatur Police Department for 20 years. So we thank him for his service. And that's all I have.
And best of luck in retirement. So thank you for that update. Now, does anyone on council wish to remove any item from the consent calendar? Mr. Horn?
F and J.
Any others? Seeing none?
Item A, resolution authorizing a professional services agreement with Paul's Machine and Welding Corp. To provide engineering, labor, and material to rebuild the sluice gate hoist machinery frame for the Lake Decatur Dam South Sluice Gate. Item B, resolution authorizing execution of a grant agreement between the State of Illinois, Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, and the City of Decatur. Item C, resolution authorizing a 6-year maintenance agreement with Altorfer, Inc. for South Water Treatment Plant emergency standby generators. Item D, resolution authorizing Lake Decatur Watershed Farmland Conservation Program agreement for waterway and grade control structure improvements with Folk Family Farm, LLC. Item E, resolution accepting the bid and authorizing the execution of a contract with Entler Excavating Co., Inc. for 2026 miscellaneous sanitary and storm sewer improvement project, City Project 2026-09. Item G, resolution accepting the bid and authorizing execution of a contract with Dunn Company, a division of Tyrell Inc. for City Project 2026-08 annual street restoration, Section 26-00608-00FP. Item H, resolution authorizing a standard North American Cellular AMI solution agreement with Itron Inc. Item I, resolution authorizing the expenditure of funds with United Systems Software Inc. for an Itron Temetra upgrade. I need a motion to approve the items as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Councilwoman Cruz.
Aye.
Councilman McDaniel.
Aye.
Councilman Horn.
Aye.
Councilman Colt.
Aye.
Councilman Cooper.
Aye.
Mayor Moore Wolf.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays. Resolution to appropriate additional motor fuel tax funds for restoration of streets and highways by municipality under the Illinois Highway Code, City Project 2026-08 Annual Street Restoration, Section 26-00608-00FP. Motion that the resolution do pass and be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Horn?
These questions are most likely for Mr. Newell, but Ms. Hahn certainly can answer them if she wants to.
We can go ahead and ask Public Works Director Matt Newell to come up.
Mr. Newell, just a couple of questions for you. So in the approved 2026 budget, Public Works provided a figure, and that figure shows road condition index over time. And in looking at the data provided by the city, it appears that our roads are in the worst condition that they've been in since at least 2004, based on that passer rating that is given to the roads. My first question to you is, do you have an estimate for how much it would cost to maintain the passer rating at, let's say, 4.0 on an annual basis? In other words, how much money do we have to allocate for just to make sure we stay at about 4?
Our estimation was that it would be around $3 million to just keep us additional, to keep us.
So every year we need $3 million, no matter what, to keep our passer rating the same.
As long as prices don't increase, right?
Do you have the magic for that?
And that's fair. You know, if you look at asphalt prices over the past 10 years, some years they've been high, some years they've been low. I appreciate that point. So do you have an estimate for how much it would cost to, let's say, increase that passer rating? Let's go 0.05. About how much it would cost to go from a 4 to 4.05, in addition to the $3 million we need just to keep steady.
Well, I'm trying to remember what I wrote down for you, but I believe we would be looking at another $3 million additional, and that would be 6.
Yeah. So I think the reason I ask these questions is just because our residents complain regularly about the quality of the roads in the city of Decatur. And we're at the lowest road condition index score we have been in 20 plus years. Just to maintain that score, it's $3 million. And just to increase it by 0.05, it's an additional $3 million. And so if you think about it from that perspective, just to get back to where we were about 10 years ago, when we were about 4.2, we're going to need $15 million. And so I think that's the struggle for this council. And we did receive some positive news in looking at the IML's most recent update. The push tax has finally gone through, and beginning as late as July 2027, we'll be able to collect push tax revenue, which the last time I checked was estimated at $4 million a year. So thank you for that information. Now some specific questions. For North Monroe Street, I read it as it is going up to Sawyer Road, but there is a railroad crossing just north of Sawyer Road, which I would argue is one of the worst railroad crossings in the city of Decatur. Is that road work going to go past that railroad crossing?
That's my understanding, yes. We'll probably not work on the crossing itself. That would be the railroad addressing that.
And do we have a way to communicate with the railroad to say this is the worst railroad crossing in the city of Decatur?
Well, if you've got somebody that can communicate well with the railroad, I would appreciate their phone number. But we struggle with the railroad, I mean, frankly, but and they almost have to be forced to work on their crossings.
And Mr. Neal, isn't that it's been a problem for years with the railroad and that. Two questions. Would you say this last winter, which was probably one of the worst winters we've had with snow and cold, really did a number on our streets and the state highways that go through Decatur? In my view, it is. I mean, there was no more potholes than that because we did have a lot of snow and that. Would you agree with that?
Winters are always hard on the streets. I mean, it's the potholes bloom in the spring, and with freeze thaw. I mean, when you're cold, you freeze, you thaw, you freeze, you thaw. It just tears the roads up. So all the winters are very bad on the roads.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Call the question, please.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Aye.
Councilman McDaniel?
Aye.
Councilman Horn?
Aye.
Councilman Colt?
Aye.
Councilman Cooper?
Aye.
Mayor Moore-Wolf?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays. Resolution authorizing public mural at 130 North Franklin Street, Decatur Public Library. Motion that the resolution do pass and be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Horn?
Just want to say congratulations to the Decatur Public Library for receiving a grant for a public mural inside their facility, which is also the City of Decatur's facility. You know, Decatur's rapidly becoming known for its outdoor artwork, but we've also got some prominent artwork inside the downtown post office. And I hope that this mural that the library got funding for will become a part of that legacy.
Call the question, please.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Aye.
Councilman McDaniel?
Aye.
Councilman Horn?
Aye.
Councilman Colt?
Aye.
Councilman Cooper?
Aye.
Mayor Moore-Wolf?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays.
Moving to other business, I would ask that we pause for a moment of silence in honor of the first African-American councilman elected to the Decatur City Council, Mr. William Bill Oliver, a great, great Decaturite. Thank you. Does anyone have other business they would like to bring from the council? Ms. Cruz?
I attended the Broadwing EPA permit hearing, and there was a lot of discussion about the City of Decatur's environmental justice community status. Does the City of Decatur have a plan to remediate? What is the plan to address that status given by the EPA?
The status given by the EPA?
Environmental justice community. Decatur was given that status by the EPA. Are you not aware of that?
No, I'm not. Ms. Hahn, do you have further information?
I do not. I'm not aware, so if you could email whatever information you have, we can look into it.
Okay. Also, are there any plans to do a 250-year celebration within the city?
Not an overall celebration, but I think it's part of the fireworks display that we are partnering with the Park District on for the 4th of July celebration.
Thank you.
We did just recently have the 100th anniversary of the lake, and then the 100th anniversary of the Park District, 2 subsequent years. So we celebrated, and it's going to be good 4th of July. Does anyone else on council have comments about a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Aye.
Councilman McDaniel? Councilman Horn?
Aye.
Councilman Kolb?
Aye.
Councilman Cooper?
Aye.
Mayor Moore Wolf?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays. We are adjourned.